First thing that happens, good morning. First thing I do, turn on the computer, turn on the camera, hopped out of bed. Persons, P-E-R. Place or thing. Can a thing be an object? If it was an object, would you have to be objective? Things about objects and things is some things describe what they are. If I had an iron, would I have an iron bar? Would I have a pacifier? A pacifier is to calm one. A pacifier is to calm the baby, and the pacifier means the iron in French, to pass the fair, which means the iron over something. At the same time, if I would say a ball, why do I say ball? You don't know what the ball is doing. In French, it's ball. They don't change anything, right? Except for the way they spell it, B-A-L-L-E, and see instead of B-A-L-L, they add on 5 points. The ball, why can't we just call it a bounce? Because if it was a bounce, the bounce could have a signal, but therefore it would never be a ball. But in the signal is the whole ball of the sound. Which brings me over to the orignal, which is the moose. The moose has a signal through his antlers, which they call panache. Pan is to pan out. H into the H world. Crossover and straight up and down. Doesn't matter if you point out, it's to the sides, the furthest you can go, because that's what H stands for. H may be a straight line, but it means to the furthest wall. And if the furthest wall is jiggly, it's jiggly. Which brought me to thinking, as I'm lying in bed and I'm watching and I'm listening to my cat is in heat. Now Bob, BTK, Betis, right? BTK Bob, 262. Venus over to Saturn, and Saturn over to Venus, 2662. Or from Saturn over to Venus, and Venus over to Saturn, 622.6. From man life over to creation, back to man's life, because both in 6 and in 2, okay, is the revelation of 1 and 5, which brings me to the bounce off the moons of Mars. Now what am I getting to? My animals in heat. Bob wanted me to spade my animals, and now it's hunting season. Don't hunt the females. The orphans are the fish. What are the fish in your mind? They are the seamen. They're fish. Okay, fish. Fish upon my wish. I'm wishing to get something or send a signal. Okay, I fish upon my wish because I'm sending a signal over to my partner across, and I want a card. So the fish are our orphans, are they not? One fish goes over the next. The female lays the eggs, the male passes over and fertilizes the eggs. Who's my dad? I don't know, actually know. Is it the same dad? I've got 500 kids. Okay. Now the spading and neutering of the animal, okay, spade, neuter of the animal, is to take away the signal. Because my cat, or cats in the wild, they're always calling out to a mate where they keep the signal alive on the earth. But when they're not alive on the earth and they're signaling out and they're not getting pregnant, they're sending it to a moon cycle, to a cycle of communication. That's why I call it that. Their cycle of communication, the panache, the orignal, the signal. The tail goes up. Have you ever seen a cat? The cat's walking. Here's the ears. Here's the tail, right? The minute the cat really wants to walk when they're young, the tail goes backwards and almost between their ears, keeping the vibration closer together. So the cat's looking to get pregnant. It's calling out for a signal. It's calling out its signal. When we spade and we neuter these cats, they no longer get pregnant, and we have nobody sending out signals anymore. They get pregnant. They're constantly communicating because we need the signal for the pregnancy. But when they're not, they're sending out the signal. Too many unneutered cats sending out signals, not getting pregnant, because I remember when it's hunting season, somehow we don't look for the male or female rabbits, but we're looking for the female and male deer or the moose. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Good morning.